There are few things they should study before they start a farm. One, they should avoid starting with expensive structures. Because it's not important really. It's not important. People have got metallic poles for the structure. People have got tiled floor, and all those are expensive. So if you are a starter and you start with that one, I don't know if where you will end to. Two, if you are starting, start with few cows, but with so all those will help the lactating cows to give you what you really want. Two, these lactating cows are supposed, ideally all of them, they're supposed to have mats where they can be and rest. But if you don't have mats, you can use a sawdust, like those ones there, the sawdust. These ones they make from the woods and plywoods. So I power them on the floor and they come and rest. So they cannot have any impact of the floor because this is basically a cemented area. Then two, as these lactating cows, because they are high milkers, they have a problem of especially if you do not have good hygiene. There is what you call limitedis. Limitedis affected these cows too much. So what I do, in the process of feeding them, immediately after milking them, then they give them food. So in that process, when they are eating, the teeth close. When the teeth close, then the infection will be unable to affect these cows. Because now the major problem I have here is the limitedis. And at the moment one cow has is suffering from that limitedis, it can spread in the whole.
What could be the signs of that limitedis?
Swelling of the udder, blockage of the teeth, but also the teeth can also be, when you're milking them, they can bring out something like pus. The pus. Yes, those are signs really.
So which other diseases affect these dairy cows and the other challenges that you have?
The major problem we face here as a Clergy farm is limitedis. We used to have rampant skin here, but it was handled very fast and it got eliminated very fast. We are trying to have a limited treatment on this farm because we do not want to expose our cows to every time injection. They're also not good healthy for cows. This farm has got a farm doctor, but he nearly does not involve much in treating these cows because we are trying to avoid that. Yes. Then the other challenge I can have is basically it's not that. It's only limitedis. Yes, the hygiene. Yes, the hygiene. We still have a long way to go because we work with people who may be having different ways of handling their things. But we try to improve on the hygiene. Why we do not have a problem of teeth here affecting our cows? We spray. We have a way to spray them outside there, and every Saturday we do spraying. However, under the guidance of the doctor, we are trying to shift from spraying every Saturday to spray after like 2 weeks. Then after 2 weeks we spray, because really they are not contacted. They are not in contact with anything that can bring this on this farm. Yes, I have a store. Other farmers, they dig a hole and put silage there and cover it. But for me here, I don't. I usually use the polythene bags, not black veras, and pack them and keep them safely. I do not allow air to pass through, because the moment if the silage is exposed to air, then it will rot automatically. So I pack in bags, and those bags also help me to limit or to measure the amount of food these cows are supposed to to take daily. Two, the vikanja, those brewery waste products, they also they have their own tippers, like the drums, where I keep them and I cover them. Because the moment those the vikanja are exposed also to flies and air, they will also rot, and they are also very bad to animals if you feed them when they're in that state. Then the hay is not supposed to be in contact with water, so I have where I put it safely, and it's always clean. Yes, I have a challenge there, and the challenge now is because these cows they need constant food. Remember, I also employ about close to 45 people. Locally here, I have 25. Then outside, if I'm cutting silage, I'm looking for silage or for maize to buy and cut. I also have another group there. So there are 45 people. So that's a bit expensive. So the challenge I need like 50 acres where I can plant enough food stuffs for these cows. If you have like 50 acres of land and you plant variety of these feeds, you are able to sustain them here. Two, the transportation. You have seen this farm does not have trucks, and I need trucks here. The trucks are used as small trucks. They will not have help. So if I have a big truck, like 2 or 3, then the cost on transportation will also come down. So those two factors are making me make this farm to be expensive. But nevertheless, the money I get from these cows helped me so much in again looking after them. The best experience is that every day I learn. Because in these 6 years, close 7, I have moved around. For example, Kampala, I've moved to Wakiso, people with farms. I have picked a lot of experience from those people, the way they're handling their farms. There is somebody called Mr. Emma. He's doing wonders. And he has also helped me to develop me where I am now. The other experience I have got from this farm, I really working with people because these clients are our bosses. I have achieved really. Yes, I have got farm office. You have seen it. I have achieved by employing people within this area. It's also an achievement on my side. I have also earned money from these cows, which have also helped to develop other projects outside this farm. But I also managed to pay my school fees for my kids, and my kids can also be able to have fresh and clean milk. It's also an achievement for me. Yes.
That's great. Maybe as we almost move to ending the interview, how do you handle the human capital on this farm?
It's challenging. Human capital, the person you're working with has the same senses that I have. Some are stubborn, of course, but have tried to minimize indiscipline, minimize not being responsible at this farm. But they're always very funny everywhere. And the only advantage I have got is that even when this farm is here and it's mine, but I work hand in hand with the security. So the security around this area is nearby me. It has also helped me so much. Yes, and most workers here are known. I know where they're coming from. Now, my future plan is very big. Where this farm is not where it's supposed to be. I'm putting another structure there. I'm also going to start constructing another one up there. The plan for me is to have about 400 cows here. And my plan I have is to have 2,000 liters produced in this farm. And I know it's very possible. Remember, I started with 4 cows. They were giving me, it's okay. They were giving me the 4 cows I bought locally here. They were giving me about 20 liters. That was really strange. Now, from 20 liters to 500 liters, that's an achievement. But still, I'm saying the 500 liters is still very low for me. I need more than 2,000 and above. I also needed to have cottages, small cottages, where I can make yogurt, packed yogurt for myself, packed milk, ghee, and I know it's very possible because right now my wife does it locally with the calabash. You call it every day, ABC calabash. They make this one, and then then you get ghee out of that, even yogurt. And people also buy. People come for yogurt. People come for ghee. But that's at a raw rate. So my plan is to have those cottages. My plan is also to have expansion of this farm, but well knowing that I'll be available with the 50 acres and the cars transport. There are few things they should study before they start a farm. One, they should avoid starting with expensive structures. Because it's not important, really. It's not important. People have got metallic poles for the structure. People have got tiled floor, and all those are expensive. So if you are a starter and you start with that one, I don't know where you will end to. Two, if you are start with few cows, but with the cow that will give you high milk. That has affected me greatly. That's why I keep changing now. I started with cows with low milk now, but I keep upgrading. If I started with high milking cows, I would be very far. So if you are starting, please start with high. Even if they are 10, they are 10 or 5, and you have space, please start with the high milkers. They will give you good things in future. Then three, avoid the unnecessary, still expensive things. Like, hiring experts immediately you are starting. Yes, you can go and in workshops to study or visit farms. Yes, like this one, but immediately go and hire expert. No, that one will be expensive for nothing. Yes. 4, I advise, before you start a farm, make sure you have land for feeds, because it has also affected me. I started here with a small space. Later on, I bought the 4 acres I told you, but before buying them, I was busy buying silage from other people. And that's not cost effective. It's very risky. So please, before you start, make sure you have where you can plant maize and the rest of the fields. And also you are able to have access of water. Because me, I'm lucky here. There's a plenty of water here. In mine, I use underground water. I have a pump. It pumps in the tank and supply the whole of this farm is supplied with water. So 1, you must have land for feeds. 2, accessibility for water. 3, start with high milkers. But of course 4, means of transport, at least 1 truck. And 5, avoid expensive things, items, including the experts and the rest of it. So there are 2 benefits I get from this farm. 1, milk. But number 2, I do bull fattening. So these bulls, the bulls you are seeing here, after 6 months, I dispose of the old ones. I sell them, people who do, how do you call them? Yes, butchery, yes. But also, some of these bulls are of good quality. So the other farmers come and buy them. Actually, that's the big market I have here. They come and buy these bulls and take them to build their own farms. So these birds are also important. They also help me to develop this farm. I don't entirely depend on milk. I also depend on these birds. Also, the old cows, those ones that have stayed here and they are old, are also disposed of. And that man also can also help me to develop the farm, either by adding new cows, or pay their workers, or do my other things I'm going outside here. As long as it has given me 6 times, this is good to go off. It's just to believe in yourself as a starter, because there is nothing that's not possible. Everything here on earth is possible as long as you put energy on it. To make sure you have time for your farm. Make sure you have time for your farm. Because if you start a farm like this one, and again you not attend to this farm, then you will have issues on the farm. So always give time to your farm, monitor everything that happens here, monitor the production, and observe the health of each cow here.